Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Julie. I am the writer of the blog capturingwonderland.com. Today I have a super fun one. I love going thrifting and I wanted to share with you some of my most recent favorite thrift store finds. Now, I don't have an actual thrift with me type of video simply because most of these items have been gathered like one piece here and one piece there. That is the way that most of my thrifting happens. I hear very often that people are all, oh, you have such great luck finding all of the good stuff. And it's like, I want to be honest with you that there are many times that I come home with absolutely nothing from thrift stores. The trick is you just have to go really frequently. So check your thrift stores often. I will kind of sprinkle in some thrift tips here and there throughout the entire video. And I have a blog post with 40 home decor items that you should always pick up at thrift stores. And I will link that down below for you in case you're interested in that list. But without further ado, I want to introduce you to some of my most recent favorite thrift store finds. And most of these items are on that list as well. What should I start with? Well, let's start with one of my most favorite of all the things I have picked up recently. Still wrapped in its newspaper. I purchased a pair of these. One of them is hanging up right here. And this was a huge splurge because these were $20 a piece. And I would not typically spend that kind of money on almost anything from a thrift store, but I knew the moment that I laid eyes on these that if I didn't buy them, I was going to regret it. I would get home and I would be like kicking myself, thinking to myself, why in the world did I not buy them? Because I absolutely love them. These are curved glass. So these are actually pretty rare and kind of expensive. And I know if I'd have found them in a flea market or an antique shop, they would have been a lot more than $20 each. So I'm really excited about these. The other one is hanging up over here and I love it. But you can also change the picture on the inside if you wanted to. And it says on the back, made in Italy. So this is metal, ornate metal. I'm not really sure what type, might just be cast metal, but it's still gorgeous. And it's one of my favorite things. I'm babying it because I do not want the glass to break in those, which is why I hung this one up immediately. And I'm probably gonna hang the other one up on the other side because I don't want them broken and they have less chance of being broken if they're actually up on the wall. Another recent favorite and a regular favorite for me is these brass candlesticks. So these are matching. And these were $3 a piece. And then this little one was $1. But I just think they are beautiful and they look good pretty much anywhere you put them. Another thing I found was this copper container. I paid $5 for this, which is more than I probably would have, but I'm actually looking for something I was actually looking at something exactly like this for my bathroom to put my soap containers in on the counter. And this fit the bill perfectly. So I was happy to pay $5 because the other one that I liked in Michael's was $10. So this was half that price. I'm not big on buying figurines, but every now and then you find a cute little brass one. I thought this was so adorable. This was $5. Again, something I probably wouldn't normally have paid that, but brass figurines are actually going for a lot of money these days. And so I really liked the shape of it. I thought it was really pretty and I think that it will look really good with fall decorations. So I went ahead and picked that up. Another thing that I pick up, that I have been picking up regularly, and I'm not exactly 100% sure where I'm going to put them because they don't fit in my dining room, which is a no-no. I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So there's no point in saying it to myself. I got this gorgeous ornate silver cup. Look how beautiful that is. This was $9, guys. $9, but it is actually silver, like it's real silverware, so it's definitely worth it. And I have been collecting the ornate silver things and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to display them somewhere near my kitchen. Another thing that I have been looking more for recently, obviously since Christmas and the seasons for decorating are coming up. Fall, if you decorate for Halloween, and Christmas. Christmas is my big one. Like, that's the one that I really decorate for typically. I don't do a whole lot of seasonal decorating throughout the year, but I love brass bells. And I got this entire bag. It was marked $3, but then it was 75% off of that. So I'm not going to do the math, but it was almost nothing, and it's full of old brass bells. Another thing that I pick up on a regular basis, and some people might think I'm kind of odd because of it, but I love little boxes. This one needs to be refinished, and I'll have a little bit of fun with that. But it's just a little cedar box. It has the old owner's address label on it, but it was $3, and I think it's worth it. I'm gonna have fun refinishing it, and it will look really pretty. Maybe it'll be a jewelry box for my daughters. I don't know. Another favorite is milk glass, but not just any milk glass. I used to collect the vases and things like that, and the hobnail glass. I don't do that anymore simply because I haven't a place to put it, and there's only so many things you can collect. But I do collect milk glass. These small bowls. They come in so handy for baking, and this was 3 pieces for $4. So I will add it to my little growing collection of small milk glass bowls like this. I mean, just because you have to use things like those in baking doesn't mean that they can't also be beautiful and add to the aesthetics of the room. Another thing that I have been recently collecting, mostly because my children break drinking glasses on a pretty regular basis, and I get them all thrifted. So if I can find ones that match similarly, then I'm going to collect them. I've been collecting these. Now these are probably like, I don't know, 1950s, 1960s drinking glasses, maybe even later than that, maybe even. I'm not 100% certain, but I have probably 8 now, and I found another 5 for $1.25. So if my kids break them, I will not feel bad, and I like that they have a good solid handle on them, and they are nice thick glass, so they're definitely worth the $1 each that I paid for them. Another fun one that I found at the same time as the brass bells is these little stockings. There were more, but I only got 4, and what I'm going to actually use these for, and you may laugh, but I'm going to use them for our kittens, our cats' stockings this year. So I'm probably going to be embroidering their names on them, and I just thought it was really fun. My kids like to include our pets in Christmas decorations and Christmas festivities, and they always want to buy them a gift also, so I thought that this would be really fun to include them as a part of the family. Another fun one, this one, I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to do with it yet, but I loved it. It is this wooden frame, and I'm not sure what it was to begin with. This is actually just taped on, so that is going to be replaced with something else, but it is wooden, all of it. It's missing a little piece here, but for the most part, all of its ornate stuff is intact, and I think it's beautiful. But like I said, I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to do with it yet. It was only $2. And I thought it was beautiful, and it will look gorgeous somewhere as soon as I figure out where and what I'm gonna do with it. This one was a by chance thing. I saw this hanging up on the wall, and it's an oil painting, an original oil painting, and I was struck by the coloring in it, and I think that it's actually really well done, but at the same time it didn't have a frame, so I was like, I don't want to just bring an oil painting home without a frame that it will fit in, because then it'll just end up being something that's stuck in a pile waiting for the day when and if I ever find a frame for it. So I wasn't gonna do it, but then I went to look at the frames, and I saw a frame there that was empty, and I was like, that looks like it would be the right size for that oil painting. And so I grabbed the frame, and sure enough, it fits exactly. Look how beautiful that is. This is probably gonna go in my youngest daughter's bedroom. My 5 and 2-year-old are gonna share a bedroom, and I think that this would look just beautiful, maybe hanging over their bed, or maybe over their desk or something like that. But this was $2. The oil painting was $2, and the frame was $2. So for $4, I got this gorgeous oil painting. Definitely worth it. I could not believe it. Sometimes I feel like God gives us little gifts. Like we may think that for a second that these little things don't matter to him, but if they matter to us, they matter to him. And I am constantly amazed while thrifting of me finding literally the exact thing I was looking for, and for almost nothing most of the time too. Like, you know, you will have these wish lists in mind, and that's one of my tips actually, is to have a wish list and keep one either in your memory or actually to write it down. And in my blog post, I have included a free printable for you that has a checklist where you can put in 20 things that you want to put on your wish list, and then a notes section where you can put any measurements you might need for specific items that you're looking for. I know there have been times when I have been specifically looking for a piece of furniture that will fit in a spot, and so I will have to have the exact measurements of what that spot can contain, so that when I'm looking in thrift stores, I can immediately know and measure it and find out if it will fit or not, instead of just bringing something home and then finding out that it doesn't work, because I have been bad about that too. But I will have these wish lists. Like, I will just see something, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I wish that I could have something like that someday, and I'll just keep my eye open for it. And sometimes it'll be like the next time I walk in a thrift store and it'll be right there, sitting there waiting for me and in a price that I can afford. And I just know it's serendipity. God watches out for us, and he gives these little blessings to us if you are paying attention. Another thing I found recently, and I probably repeated that about 15,000 times now, but all of this stuff is stuff that I found recently. That's why I'm showing it to you. Anyway, I have been considering taking the ceiling fan out of my dining room. Number one, it doesn't work great anymore. Number two, the aesthetics of the room call for something fancier than a ceiling fan. I love ceiling fans because they keep our energy bills low, and this room is not connected to any heating or air ducts at all. So during the winter, it's freezing cold, and during the summer, it gets really hot. But it's nice because we can close it off, which is why I put the French doors, because then this is added square footage that we don't technically have to heat in the winter, and we don't technically have to cool in the summer, as long as we close the doors. But anyway, so it doesn't fit the aesthetics of the room. It doesn't work great anymore. And I was thinking that maybe I would elevate the space by adding something in here that is grand, that pulls the eye to the ceiling and kind of accentuates everything that's going on here. So very long rabbit hole. I've been keeping my eye on Facebook Marketplace should I find something randomly. I really wanted something vintage looking. I didn't want it to be newer. But vintage lights are so hard to find in this area. And y'all, one day I went onto Facebook Marketplace and this just popped up in my feed. It is copper and it's very dirty, but look how gorgeous this is. It is just the right size, I think. And this room is filled with copper, so it is perfect. It is right on what it should be for this space. $20, I couldn't have asked for a better deal. It's going to look absolutely beautiful in my ceiling in here. And if you're as excited about me as that, just wait around until I get to installing it. That's gonna be quite the adventure. All right, on to my last couple of items. And this last item is actually a group of items, and I almost didn't get them just because I was not 100% certain what in the world I was going to do with them. Guys, I have a dish problem. Like, I love dishes, but there's only so many dishes you actually need. So I have a problem because I keep finding beautiful dishes. I found this gorgeous transferware set. Look at that. It is made in England. I do believe it is ironstone. Maybe not. Maybe it's just transferware. I'm not really sure. I don't know a whole lot about transferware versus ironstone, but it has acorns and oak leaves, and it is that beautiful brownish color, just perfect for fall. I found 10 teacups, 5 teacup like saucers, the creamer, and the sugar bowl. And it's all that gorgeous pattern, and they were $1 a piece, which doesn't seem like overly a lot. I wanted to show you one of the bigger pieces. This one was $3 and the sugar bowl was $3. And it is called Low Water Historic America in the Mississippi. Johnson Brothers, made in England. So it is historic America. And those are things that I have been actively trying to purchase, is the historic scenes of America. I was technically looking for the blue and white, but I have been trying to gather some fall decorations, and I feel like those would look absolutely beautiful displayed somewhere with other fall decor. The last thing, and this is actually kind of funny because it is not historic America, but it looks very similar. And it is also Johnson Brothers, made in England, Old Britain Castles. And that was $3. Belvoir Castle in 1792. And I just think it's beautiful, and it will look lovely on my wall somewhere, probably near my kitchen. Or maybe even in my bathroom, guys, because I've got a lot of blue and white going on in my bathroom too. So this might find its way on my walls in my bathroom. All right, guys. I could probably dig around and find more things that I have found recently, but I think that this is good. I love to do these types of things, and in all honesty, I love to share my goodies with others because I know you guys are probably just as excited about some of them as I am. And I can't wait to do more thrifting. That's the problem. Like, it's addicting. It really is. That hunt and the treasures and bringing home all of your beautiful pieces and setting them up where they belong. It's one of my favorite things to do. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching all the way through if you've made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you are not, and share it with any friends you think would enjoy this kind of content. Also, don't forget to check out my blog post with those 40 home decor items that you should always buy at thrift stores, and download and print out that thrift store wish list so that you can be prepared next time you walk into a thrift store. Thanks, guys. God bless.